And we are back on our episode of NBA 2K14. In the last episode yesterday, the San Antonio Spurs crushed the Portland Trail Blazers by 18, 119 to 101. Tony Parker got 25, Tim Duncan got 23, Manu Ginobili got 20, CJ McCollum got 21, and Thomas Robinson got 20 points in a huge night for the Spurs. And Trailblazers actually. Spurs actually will win this game this one now. So coming up next, so we got the interconference matchup here in United Center in Chicago. It's the interconference showdown featuring the two of the interconference battle. Is the H-Town meets Windy City once again. Featuring Dwight Howard and James Harden of the Houston Rockets take on Derrick Rose and Joakim Noah of the Chicago Bulls. For this game, the Rockets gonna use the red and yellow and the red as an alternate jersey, and Chicago is the white jersey. So that'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin. We'll be right back after this. Enjoy the video in the United Center in Chicago. So we're gonna control Chicago. We'll do it more. So and now we're going to send to Kevin Harlan here in United Center. Enjoy, and let's get started now.
Hi and welcome. I'm Damon Bruce and you're watching 2K Sports, a Thursday night broadcast of the NBA. It's going to be the Houston Rockets up against the Chicago Bulls. And the tip-off is just around the corner. Let's get you out to the Madhouse on Madison. Here's Kevin Harlan in Chicago.
Rockets are out of Houston and into an interconference game. Mucho gusto and welcome to Noche Latina on 2K Sports. From the jerseys to the food to the halftime entertainment tonight, a distinctive Latin flavor. And alongside Clark Kellogg, Doris Burke, and Esteban Kerr, this is Kevin Harlan.
Thank you, Kevin. I think it's going to be a fantastic night here. Love the jerseys, love the festive atmosphere, the flair. This is going to be awesome.
A quick check now at the starting five for both teams. And guys, what do you think we'll be seeing from Dwight Howard in this one?
Tell you what, he takes a lot of punishment inside. When Howard gets the ball in deep, defenses are looking to foul him hard because of his difficulties at the free throw line.
And he's a devastating finisher when you let him power it up to throw it down. He's a former dunk contest champ, Steve, so you give him a chance to do that, he'll make you part of his highlight reel.
A look at Chicago, and they're battling it out for playoff position, presently 8 games off the lead.
You know, looking at Chicago, they've had such a tremendous regular season. I mean, really exceeding even the most optimistic projections. A bit of a surprise, actually.
And with the playoffs right around the corner, they are really excited to see just how far they can go. They only get so many chances to win it all, and they have to be in that conversation.
Parsons for 3, and the basket good. Parsons got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball.
Tell you what, you got to give the Houston Rockets a lot of credit, guys. After losing their franchise players to injury and age back in 09, they managed to rebuild this team without tanking for lottery picks or going all the way to the bottom of the heap. Very impressive.
And here's Lynn after the 3 moments to go from Lou Aldana. And it's Howard. Finishing it off.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does it.
Well, he should stay with those basics in a tight ball game because we've got one here tonight.
And for the Rockets, they've been very shrewd acquiring undervalued players, trading for draft picks. Steve Ball in the hopes of swinging big trades for superstars.
Well, then when they acquired James Harden, they finally got a cornerstone player. Now all of a sudden you throw in Dwight Howard, you've got another foundational player. So all these years of tinkering and trading and moving picks and moving players, it's finally paid off, and now he's got the team he was hoping to put together.
Here's Rose. James Harden picking up that last basket, and Butler gets it to go.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Got a piece of it. Parsons passes to Lynn. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, close, but I didn't think he got on balance quickly enough.
And it's hard to draw charges as quick as players are at this level. That's not an easy bit of work there.
Parsons for three.
First miss of the game after 4 makes, so it's been a hot start.
Just 4 to shoot. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. 6 points for Chandler Parsons.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
Noah dishes to Rose. Back to Noah. Guarded by Harden. 13 feet away. Stolen by Jeremy Lin. Poked loose. And it's Rose. Penetrates. Oh, are you kidding me? Power punch right there. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
Yeah, we sure have. I mean, it's been a bit of a windshield wiper game. I mean, back and forth, the lead has gone 5 times, so no one in clear control yet.
I think both teams feel like they can win. They both have confidence. We'll see which team can kind of ride the momentum and take control of this game. You look at Harden's career, he was a gifted scorer at Arizona State, but with a slow start in his rookie season. Two of the best players in the league in Oklahoma City. People seem to forget that he's always been a player who can light it up.
Now we'll go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Kevin McKee.
He said a big key for them will be containing Carlos Boozer offensively, adding he's a player who can spread the floor with his jump shot or take you down the block, and it's tough to match his strength inside. Defensively, they'll look to keep length in front of him and limit his offensive rebounding. Sounds like a good game plan, guys. We'll see how they do it.
Thanks, Doris. And James Harden, the first ever draft pick by the Oklahoma City Thunder after the move from Seattle, certainly. To see him go so soon in his NBA career.
Incredible. Can you believe that dunk? I mean, that was... right there.
I'm not sure I can believe that.
I don't know how he was able to execute the reverse in such tight quarters. Incredible.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. We want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
They look very stable, pretty much from the get-go, guys. A solid output, solid effort. And, sometimes you'll see some inconsistencies come up in a road game, but they were pretty solid there.
I was very impressed with the balance they displayed, guys. Different people carrying the load, scoring, making assists, unselfish play. Everything was working for them to get that victory. Tell you what, it's hard to argue with the record for Coach Tom Thibodeau of the Bulls, but the rumor mill has it that the front office hasn't been happy with how hard he's ridden his top players. Luol Deng missed time last season with the hamstring injury. Joakim Noah came down with plantar fasciitis. Hey, those things happen, and I'm not quite sure you can put that at the feet of Tom Thibodeau.
Well, he's a spot-up shooter, one of the best. One of those guys who, if you give him an inch, that's all it takes. He will let it fly and frequently knock down that shot.
And, Steve, it's also really remarkable what a solid shooter he is, even in the presence of tough, sticky defense. He smoothly and calmly executes.
Here's Caspi. Again, the Rockets score. And going back to Tom Thibodeau and that minutes load on his stars, it seems it's getting harder for players to weather big minute speed these days.
I think it's going to be really interesting going forward to see this Bulls team this year and beyond. Will that wear them down? Their guys played too many minutes. They've had a lot of injuries. I think it's time to scale back a little bit on the minutes played.
Brooks. He kicks to Jones. Lots of room. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Jones has got his first 2 points of the night.
Boy, has there been any defense played yet in this game?
Nope, this game has been all about rapid-fire offense early.
Teague kicks to Heinrich. Fires from deep. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Heinrich's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. It's all tied in Chicago. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter.
The NBA regular season winding down. Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers go up against the Denver Nuggets next Monday, 11:30 p.m. Eastern, 8:30 Pacific.
And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, Clark and Steve, what have they been doing or not doing?
I was impressed with their transition game, guys. They really got out and ran the lanes.
Yeah, they did. I mean, no better way to get easy buckets than through fast breaks.
And so in the game for the Rockets, Patrick Beverley out there with Garcia. Then there's Terrence Jones. Then there's Catchby. And it's Monty Eunice in at the 5 down low.
People have talked about the defensive renaissance in Chicago as a big part of their turnaround, and that's accurate. Thibs has done wonders for this team defensively, but another aspect is that they've had one of the deepest benches in the league the past few years, too.
Takes a three. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
I thought it might be a little improved to try to get those points right back, but it worked.
They set the pick. Here's Garcia. Again, the Rockets score. Go back to what you said, Clark, about Chicago. It is a credit to them that they've been able to constantly add or draft talent that is ready to step in for them, and Steve contribute off the bench.
Yeah, no doubt about that. You think about Taj Gibson, a late first-round pick. Jimmy Butler last year really emerged as one of the best young players in the league. Great story. So terrific job by the Bulls front office in figuring out. Which player to take later in the first round.
Over the last 10 games, as we look at the Rockets, this is how they compare to the rest of the league. Second in scoring, second in assists, and they're number 2 in fewest turnovers a game. I call that squeezing the orange, and that's a team effort, everybody valuing the ball.
And I think what's most impressive when you talk about those points per game is the fact that they're spreading it around. This is a very unselfish team. They work to get good shots every time down the floor, and they become a very efficient offensive team.
When Derrick Rose came into the league, he was mostly viewed as just a scoring point guard. But he's done a nice job of finding ways to boost his assist total and be more of a playmaker for his teammates, and he's done that each year he's been in the league.
A little confusion defensively.
You know what? He sent the D a little message with that.
Shots good by Butler.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
Here's Beverley. He's covered by Rose. And another three for Houston. Well, Clark, you mentioned Rowe's assist totals have climbed pretty steadily over the years. And, Steve, I know you appreciate that. With all that he can do, he's always looking for others.
And I think that's what makes him so dangerous offensively, because he can create his own shot or for his teammates. He may not be just a pure point guard, but it's not because of a lack of passing ability. He's a modern-day point guard who can do anything.
And here's a look at some of the most multi-dimensional players in the NBA. Not only can they pass, they can fill it up. The highest-scoring point guards this season. Derrick Rose is second.
And this is a group of guys who have that uncanny knack to simply score and deliver the offense in addition to running the offense. What a star-studded bunch of players.
Yeah, I agree with you. The thing that to me makes these guys special, Steve, is that they can do so many things to enable and help their offense. And not all point guards in the league have the unique combination of skills to produce that these guys do. And they've done it on a night-in, night-out basis. And I've marveled at their consistency as well.
Poked away. Lynn against Butler. And that one's good. Beverly.
It looks like he's finding his touch now because the shots are starting to fall.
Rose kicks it to Noah. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got 6 assists now in the game.
It's 12 straight points coming off three-pointers. I mean, somebody do something defensively.
Well, I agree with you. I mean, who's going to step up? They're rolling out there now, so you got to get in their chest. Make them uncomfortable and try to deny those looks.
Houston's gone 7 of 9 on three-pointers tonight. Outstanding mark from long range. Here's Lynn. Lays it up and banks it in. Lynn's got 7 points.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
I agree. They need more energy in the post, maybe some double team. They've got to get their defense in gear.
James Harden, he's checked in for Houston. Outside, Lynn, and he lobs it up toward the rim, and Asik throws it down.
Another lead change. How many of these are we going to have?
I don't know, Steve, but the momentum of this game has certainly swung like a pendulum.
The try by Noah. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2.
You know, guys, when Noah came out of Florida, most people viewed him as just an energy guy or a role player. But I tell you what, I always saw him as a highly skilled player. He could pass it, he could put it on the floor, was smart defensively. He's shown that he can anchor a defense, and he contributes double-doubles on a nightly basis.
The Bulls making a switch here. Gibson's checked in. And here's Harden for 3, and another 3 for Houston.
Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
You know, for Noah Clark, as you were talking, not just an energy guy, but Steve, he's a good ball handler. And he's a really good passer, for one thing. You know, at the top of the circle, he's got a great view of the floor, and he really can find the guy.
Yeah, well, it's so important these days to be able to make plays off of screening rolls for a big guy to be able to catch at the foul line, off that drop pass, and then either score or find another shooter on the perimeter. Noah as good as anybody at that.
For the Rockets, Murphy's checked in. That's Dunleavy in for Luol Deng. The free throw drops for Rose. Here is Harden. He picked up 12 points in their last one against Oklahoma City. Howard setting the pick for Harden. Smith inside. That's good.
He's a grinder. Love what he does under the offensive boards, really bringing energy and life to his team.
Three-pointer, Heinrich. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer.
That's a nice way to end the half. The big three to take the lead as we go to the break.
Second quarter ends in a tight one. Bulls lead by 3. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Thursday is always a great night for basketball on 2K Sports, so let's look back at first half action. The Bulls are in a close one against Houston. They've done a fantastic job pushing the break and the tempo, easy buckets in transition. Through 2 quarters, Derrick Rose in complete control. His shooting percentage off the charts right now. He's got the magic touch from the field, no question about it. A scrappy effort by Houston. They've benefited from some excellent contribution from their bench, providing scoring in bunches when called upon. It's been a major advantage. A great performance by Jeremy Lin in the first half. At the break, 7 points and is up to his usual tricks, dropping a lot of dimes all over the court. Let's start off with a look at what's on tap for later on tonight. The Bucks will face off against the Hawks out in Atlanta. A 7:30 Eastern time is tip-off. And another game that's coming up out in Oklahoma City, it'll be the Thunder against the Lakers. It's an 8:30 Eastern time for tip-off out there. And we'll be heading back to the court for the rest of our coverage as we go to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke for the second half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Well, both sides. Assist what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. A fantastic game from Derrick Rose in this one.
Yeah, he was on a mission there in the first half, just trying to get into the lane every time possible.
Aggressive attacking basketball at its very best.
D. Rose and Jimmy Butler in the back. Gang and Bruiser, they make up the forwards. And it's Noah at the center, walking down the middle. So that's how Tom Thibodeau starts the second half with.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
Butler guarded by Harden. It's Butler that time on the assist by Rose. And that's 13 points for Butler. Last game for the Bulls, it was a loss to San Antonio.
That was a tough game for them to lose, guys, because they really played well throughout the game.
I agree there, but despite the result, I think they can definitely take some positives away from it. Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one. Boy, you watch the way Parsons moves, and you see how quickly he's able to shift and change direction. And you forget that Chandler Parsons is 6'10", because he moves like a much smaller guy. He's a terrific all-around player.
And he drops it in from the low post. Parsons got 11.
How about that cloth soft touch? I mean, just a gentle little teardrop, almost like a falling leaf, a leaf falling down slowly to the ground. Very sweet and colorful, too.
And back to Parsons. Clark, you talked about his mobility, a good defender, too. And for a young player, that's rare. So you look at his size, ability to move his feet, and the upside certainly is there. Then you put him with a guy like Kevin McHale as his coach, and nice array of talent. He's got a good situation.
He does. Got a bright future, and I'm most impressed with his defense. You talk about a lot of his skills, but Houston will frequently put him on the opponent's best wing offensive player. And still perfect here in the second half. 4 for 4 from the field.
Double team on Rose. Back to Noah. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got his assist totals piling up. 11 now for him. Harden kicks to Lynn. Back to Harden. Here's the three. And another three for Houston.
They're rolling now. 5 straight hoops to start this quarter.
The Bulls leading by 3. And it's Rose penetrating. Here's Noah. Takes it into the teeth of the knee and converts the layup. Noah's got 9 points here in the second half. Parsons on the wing. No one near him. And Houston again with the bucket.
Well, Parsons was really a surprise coming out of Florida. Had a big impact in his rookie season with Houston. Very reliable in a lot of areas. Can handle the ball, can knock down a long-range shot, and a better defender than you think as well.
That is what makes Parsons such an easy guy to send down to the floor. You know exactly what he's going to give you on offense, and is very consistent. Catching up on the changes for Houston. Torres Jones is checked in for Howard. Hesby comes in for Chandler Parsons. And it's Garcia in for James Harden. Hesby for 3. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass it.
With 3, Dunleavy. Another 3 for Chicago.
He had his head on the swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
Rockets trail by 6. Knocked away. Outside, Garcia. There's the dish to Casper. Kicks to Usher. Shot clock at 5. And some nice passing there by Houston. Lynn, and it's Houston with another.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Rose attacking. Gets the bucket. Rose has got 5 points now this quarter.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they built this lead for themselves here.
Garcia passes to Lynn. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. That gives him the double-double. 11 points and 10 assists. Here's Rose. Wow, and that sort of... Showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying hard to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, Martin?
Well, you know what the questions are about now? It's their defense, that's for sure. Defense just has to fight over the top of those screens.
Especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, he doesn't miss too many open shots.
He's been key for this team's offense the way he's distributed the ball.
Yeah, you know, the offense is just moving through him, Steve. No doubt.
Lynn kicks to Garcia. Wide open look. And again, the Rockets good for 2.
And the buckets always coming in bunches for him. And right now, they are really rolling.
And they're going to pop the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
This is some kind of performance we're seeing from him today. He has yet to miss a shot.
Ozzie Muhammad's checked in for Houston. Marcus Teague has come in for Derrick Rose. Gibson with the steal. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Teague's got space. The 18-footer is right on the mark. Teague's got 5 points so far.
And no need to rush it. They can play for 1 shot.
And I think they should wait till about the 5-second mark to go for it.
Here's Beverly. Teague covering. Beverly dishes to Garcia. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Another good offensive possession for him. He's trying to shoulder the load here for his team.
Teague, the pass to Muhammad. Rejected by Howard. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. It's Chicago. They're up by 6. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next.
Next Monday night, March 17th, the Phoenix Suns go on the road to battle the Brooklyn Nets. Live from Brooklyn, Hoops Action.
And thanks for joining us. Again, as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Bulls?
And their mid-range shooting continues to be accurate.
They've really been on fire from beyond the arc tonight, too. I mean, a lot of their points have come from out there.
And so in the game for the Rockets, it's Asik paired up in the front court with Howard. Patrick Beverley out there with Jeremy Lin. And it's Parsons in at the 3 spot. On the inbound, Noah with the block. And it's out of bounds to the Rockets as Houston retains possession. Asik off the pick from Howard. Puts it up off the inbound. Noah against Parsons. Gets it to go. 17 points for Joakim Noah.
Boy, big man with very soft hands and a nice touch around the hoop.
Lin pitch to Beverley. Yes! And a nice assist from Lin.
And now both of these clubs really in a groove here.
Already a high-scoring game, but it has become an offensive showcase down the stretch.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Jimmy Butler was the last pick of the first round back in 2011 by the Bulls. And last season, I tell you what, he really solidified his place in the rotation, guys. He's still developing his outside shot, but he brings an awful lot to light to the table.
And for Jimmy Butler, what a story. Abandoned as a child, bounced around from home to home. One coach would take him in, another family would take him in. It was a very tough upbringing down in the Houston area. He overcame tremendous odds. And to be where he is today with a great attitude after a short time at Marquette, it speaks volumes of his character.
Well, it sure shows in his play, doesn't it? I mean, just the way he hustles and draws fouls, rebounds, defends. He can guard multiple positions out there. You just love his overall game and his toughness and what he brings to this team.
The Bulls making a switch here. Rose is checked in. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. Tom Thibodeau had some words for his team in that last huddle. He laid one thing out there for them, saying, now is the time to eliminate any chance of a mistake. We've got a good lead. Don't take any unnecessary risks or commit a silly foul. Smart basketball from here on out.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Stolen by Jeremy Lin. Here's Parsons, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
It feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close. Well, as long as the teams keep dropping for him, he'll continue firing away.
And they are dropping for him. What a game he's having from deep.
Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Houston. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Parsons dishes to Asik. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Asik's got 4 this quarter.
All the points these defenders are allowing inside is inexcusable. 5 baskets in a row, and they've all been practically laying.
Yeah, they've got to harden and toughen up down there, guys.
Then kicks to Brooks. Yes! And a nice assist from Lin.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint. I guess the good news is they've taken away the outside shot.
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter how good their perimeter defense is if they're going to allow inside looks as easy as that.
Second three-pointer of the half, fourth overall. So he's having a nice game from outside.
Fires the three, and again it's the Rockets from deep.
He still has not missed a shot. Where would they be without him?
The Bulls leading by 5, and stolen by Parsons. 4-on-3 break. Brooks kicks to Lynn. And again, the Rockets good for 2.
Well, he's been a real positive factor for them today, although, you know, as a team, they've had a lot of negatives mixed in there as well.
Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. And the Rockets making a change here. Harden's checked in. And so it's Houston with it. Last time they met in Houston.
You know, so often in the NBA we talk about how you have to earn your points the hard way, but it didn't seem like that was the case. Everything came pretty easy.
Too many of their points came the easy way, Steve. You're right. On dunks and layups against a defense that didn't really put up much resistance.
What an excellent performance from the field for him.
And Butler gets it to go on the assist by Lawrence. And that's now 21 points for Butler.
They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
But the defense isn't making them earn it. I mean, those shots have just come on easy, open look.
A nice shot by Howard. Boy, that was a big shot.
And that one just flattened this crowd, Kevin.
Man, nothing you can do as a fan after a shot like that. Just shake your head.
And Noah backs down. Back to Rose from downtown. And the shot is good. Rose has got 6 in the quarter.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
That was the 9th straight point from behind the arc. It feels like they're finding the holes in this defense.
The defense got butterflies the second that shot went up because they know he typically delivers in the clutch.
Outside Butler for 3. Knocks down the trifecta.
It's been a humongous fourth quarter for him, especially from long range. He's in a groove, and that tray of his has just been dead.
Then the pass to Howard. Back to Lynn. The 3 from Harden. It's in! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
That is a clutch shot if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, very gutsy there. What more can you say? He got it done at the best time.
You know, defensively, you cannot forget about him. He gave him a wide open look there.
This is a huge possession.
You've got to execute under pressure. We're going to see what they're made of. Feels like a flip has been switched at halftime because both teams now really getting after it.
And it's been a fun half of basketball, Steve.
Noah drives in. Butler. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
And every point they get now puts them one step closer to the W.
If they're not there already, Steve, just a tremendous all-around game of basketball they played.
Here's Lynn. Buries it. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Oh, man, he goes old school on us with the finger roll.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, no question the right call at this point. You can't let them just dribble it out.
That's right. I mean, you got to send them to the line and hope for a few misses.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
Outstanding work at the foul line to make this a 2-possession game.
Not much time to work with. They need a basket here.
Yep, they've got to get a steal or foul to stop the clock. Another baby bottom smooth stroke there. I mean, that's perfect form he's showing at the three-point line.
They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And that's exactly how you close a game out. Those free throws will bury them for sure.
And Lou Alvin gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
I like the call. I thought the defense was moving there.
Yeah, I think he slid underneath. Good blocking call that quick.
You don't see a hot streak like this too often.
No, you really don't, Steve. I mean, I haven't seen many like this in all of my years of commentating.
And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game. Well, they don't get much more exciting than that, Clark.
They sure don't. And when it was gut check time, this team kept their composure, kept their emotions in check, and got it done.
And that about wraps it up for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. And now, Jordan presents our player of the game, Derrick Rose.
So that's the good game here in United Center. Chicago Rockets tried a furious comeback but fell short by 1 point. Jeremy Lin tried hit the buzzer beater but didn't see 1 point victory. 124 to 123. Derrick Rose got 35 points, 19 assists, 27 points for Jimmy Butler. Jeremy Lin got 28 and 16 assists. What a great duo. Jeremy Lin and Derrick Rose is the best duo with doubles, okay? Not bad. So in Milwaukee and Atlanta and the Hawks will win this game. 33 points for Lou Williams, 29 and 12. Al Horford and Elton Brand. So we got Paul Millsap, Al Horford, and Elton Brand got 3 of the double-doubles. And Ella Sofia got 18. Brittnar got 17. And a huge close one in United Center. It's a close contest victory for Chicago. So coming up next, second game heads to Chesapeake Energy Arena in Oklahoma City. We got the two of the Western Conference rivalries featuring Kobe Bryant and Steve Nash of the Los Angeles Lakers take on Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook of the Oklahoma City Thunder, just the 4th time this season. Last
Hindi,
match
kala ko
of
na
the
lang,
last
ano,
4
yung
days
mga
ago
close
when
friends
the
na
Lakers
lang
beat
niya
the
sa
Thunder in the
Saturday.
close game,
Invite ko na lang sila
126 to 121. So that'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin as the
close
Bulls
friends nila, sila
over the
Kaiser, sila ano.
Rockets by 1 point, 124 to 123.
Sa
This is
KFC
Andre
nila,
Kenshin
diba?
saying
Mga
so
sampu
for
lang
United
sila.
Center Chicago. We'll see you later for the
Close
second
friends na lang,
game
di naman yung
featuring
close
the
nila
LA
bagong
Lakers
class.
and the OKC Thunder. Sign up and peace out. Goodbye.
Ewan ko
And reminder, we'll see you later for the second game here in Chesapeake Energy Arena for the Los Angeles Lakers and the Oklahoma City Thunder.